How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We have a significant amount of red in the market here today. We have a lot of fear right now too, where we're going under 92,000 and people are worried about some news that's come out recently. The government may be selling over 60,000 Bitcoin. They recently got approval to do this and people are pissed. People are worried. I want to go through this today, what this means, whether this is something that's really concerning, whether we're going to continue falling down or move back up. We'll go through what this means for the markets and for you specifically. If you don't mind, hit subscribe so you can see future videos just like this. You can hit the bell notification right next to the subscribe button so you get notified right when I post videos. Also, we're going to be creating a Patreon here soon, a business partner and I, that is specifically geared to newer investors, mid investors that have been around maybe for a little bit but still have a lot of questions. And we're going to go through and answer questions like, what does this mean? And we're going to answer it quicker than I can make videos. So be on the lookout for that. We have not started it yet, or we've built it, but we're still building it right now. So be on the lookout over the next week or so. We're going to have limited spots available, so just be on the lookout. Also, if you want to trade crypto, we'll talk about trading a little bit later in the video, but there is a link to Blofin underneath the video. They're doing this competition where you can become a whale. Basically, you sign up with the link, you start trading, and you can get access to a prize pool that increases based on the volume of the exchange increasing. So right now there's $80,000 that you can unlock in the prize pool. So definitely check this out. They're giving away free money, and you can use a platform to trade. So leverage trading is interesting right now, but let's go through this. I'll give you some of my thoughts on leverage trading a little bit later in the video because there is a big opportunity. But look at this. DOJ cleared to sell $6.5 billion in Bitcoin seized from the Silk Road. So they got approval to sell 69,370 Bitcoin from the Silk Road darknet marketplace. We've seen the government sell several times. Every single time when they move crypto, when they sell crypto, it freaks out the market. Part of this is, $6.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. That is a significant amount. Like if they dump this on the market, it would shoot the price down. I see a lot of FUDsters coming out as well on Twitter talking about how this is going to send Bitcoin back under 30,000, which is just crazy. But we have a lot of people concerned about this, right? What does this mean? Well, the fact is we've seen governments do this before. We saw the German government dump a significant amount of Bitcoin back during the summer, and it, one, can push the market down, but two, the fear of them selling can also push the market down. Just like if we know that there's going to be a big buyer coming into the market, it can push up the price without them even having to buy, right? People position and price this information in. Now, I do think that the market could absorb this, the 69,000 Bitcoin, but it could push down the market. Now, to be clear, we don't know that they're going to sell this, right? It just says that they can sell it. This is actually from December 30, so we've known this for a week. Keep in mind, like, we were just at 103,000, and this news was already out there. So yesterday and the day before, we had a lot of liquidations. Today, we're seeing a good amount of liquidations too, 512 million. But this seems, again, like manipulation to me a little bit. Like this is just happening to go all over Twitter. And we're seeing all this news today when it's 10 days old. Like, what's really changed? I don't think there's much that's changed at all. Now, if you zoom out and look, the beginning of each month, since really the beginning of the year has been rough. We've seen constant 10 to 30% corrections during the beginning parts of the month. So this is nothing different than what we've seen in the past. And really, we could see further downside. Like we could fall further down. Right now we are getting to like the edge of this range that we've gone to several times. And it's always a possibility that we see more red. But it does seem like manipulation right now. Keep in mind, we're 11 days away from Trump going into office. The economy looks fantastic still. Well, I shouldn't say fantastic. It looks solid. So the economy looks solid. We have Trump coming into office. He's the most pro-crypto president ever. We have news like this coming out all over the place. El Salvador increasing their buys. They bought 11 Bitcoin worth $1 million. We have the Kingdom of Bhutan. Part of this, like a region in Bhutan, is buying Bitcoin, Ether, and BNB as part of its strategic reserves. This is the first time an area like this has ever done this. A jurisdiction has done this and added it as a strategic asset. Going back to Trump, he just released new official Trump Bitcoin trading cards. I believe this is on ordinals too. So like we have someone that's announcing DeFi projects and NFTs and ordinals and all this, and he's going into the presidency. We're going to see a lower interest rate environment. So this 69,000 Bitcoin, it doesn't really concern me, especially if you're looking over the long term. Like over the long term, this doesn't matter at all. Short term, it seems like more manipulation. Keep in mind too, if this was sold OTC, it might not even affect the price that much. Of course, it might take away from a potential buyer that would be buying some other Bitcoin. But moving this Bitcoin, via OTC, I don't think would dump the market. That's the whole point of the OTC, is that it's not hitting the market. It's just going to some willing buyer. So I'm sure that if something like this was going to happen, they'd be talking to Coinbase, and we'd be seeing Michael Saylor or someone like Michael Saylor get ready to buy this up. This is what? This is 2 weeks of good Bitcoin ETF buying, like $500 million a day for 2 weeks would buy this up, or $600 million a day. So it's not really a massive concern if you have long-term vision, but yeah, it can push down the markets and it can affect the markets. Now, I do think there's an opportunity for trading right now. Why is that? Well, I have long-standing positions that are still significantly in the green from times like this, where we had FUD that was, I don't want to say unprecedented or like unwarranted, but like it's overblown, right? We have FUD that's overblown. We've fallen down now 15.5% from the high. This is typically when I like to jump into the market. This kind of overblown FUD, a nice pullback, and then when we see some kind of significant support, which we've seen support here several times. So going low leverage long, I think makes sense in a market like this. But of course, like we could go down further. So you have to be ready for that. Like whenever I go low leverage long, I'm ready to get liquidated. That's just something that you have to be ready for whenever you're using leverage in the market. But if we do fall down further, it does seem like, we might see some support around 90,000 and then maybe upper 80s. I'd be watching 90, then probably 85. And then there's not a lot going on until we get to the mid 70s. So yeah, we could go down further, in which case I'll probably be a buyer. I'll definitely be trading. Again, if you want to check out this link to Blofin underneath the video, definitely go for it. Hopefully that helps a little bit, gives you an idea of what's happening in the market and kind of my thoughts and opinions on it. But I want to hear from you. What do you think about this? Is this one final FU to the Trump campaign? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.